Some say the best video review is the one you never need to watch. I say the best video review is one you only have to watch once. That's how Dad did it, that's how America does it, and it's worked out well so far. Welcome to Ironman.
Surely stands, don't you feel? He's a cool excess with a heart of steel.
He's fighting and slicing with the concert rage. Amazing armor. Amazing
Well, enough funny business, everybody. It's me, Greg Miller from the IGN PlayStation team, here to talk to you about Iron Man on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PSP, PS2, and Wii. Let's kick it off with the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 version. To begin with, let me be the first to say, this game sucks. Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't thrown a controller since 2002, but this game had me hurling controllers all over the IGN office. The problem with Iron Man on the current gen systems is simply there's just too much going on and it doesn't make any sense what's happening. Every mission is preceded by a cutscene that looks like garbage, even though Robert Downey Jr. and Terrence Howard do show up to reprise their roles from the film, but it looks terrible, it doesn't sound good, you can tell they're phoning in performances. Then you've flown to this game, which has a real tendency to look good when Iron Man's flying through the, skies, but then as soon as you get into action, it just falls apart. To begin with, every mission has you fly into these things, and then orange objectives pop up, and these are what you have to blow up to get to the next set of orange objectives that you have to blow up, to get to the next set of orange objectives that you have to blow up, to keep doing that until you finally get to the end of the level. That's redundant and it sucks, but it doesn't make for a bad game. It makes for, a mediocre, subpar performance. However, Iron Man goes even worse because it just shoves so many meaningless enemies into every fight. You'll be trying to make your way to this orange objective and bombers will start coming in and dropping nukes on your head, and there'll be guys on the ground shooting RPGs at you, and then there's rocket launchers. Then there's dudes over here in the tank, and it just gets crazy, and it's so bad that you literally have to play the game like a coward. See, every mission has these orange objectives, which are what you have to do, but there's these secondary ones, like take out all these missiles before they blow up neighboring towns, while doing your main mission of saving Pepper, or doing whatever you actually have to do as Iron Man to progress the game. However, personally, I find myself abandoning those missions and just being a complete pussy. What sucks is that this really could have been a cool game. The controls feel really good. So you can fly around and crisscross and be Iron Man, and it doesn't feel like, oh, I'm going to run into an invisible wall here, I'm going to get told to go backwards. The problem is, though, you're flying all around and you have 18 missiles trying to hit you in the ass, so you have to constantly be barrel rolling or doing loops or doing something to lose them, and all you want to do is get to the next little orange objective, and it really kills the fun and makes you want to stop playing this game. And I mean, it hurts to say that, to say that I'm happy to be done with it, because there was really glimmers of hope in here. There's a whole bunch of different armors you can unlock, but the problem is, to get those armor unlocked, you have to go play this thing called One Man Army, which is basically you going into the levels you've already beaten and trying to defeat X number of enemies in X amount of time. But once you get into the game, it really doesn't help out all that much, except giving you maybe a little bit more boom for your buck as far as missiles and whatnot. It does not feel like I'm a superhero. It feels like I'm a lame ass in a suit. That's the 360 and the PS3. Over on the PSP, PS2, and Wii side, you're looking at the exact same game, except obviously variances in controls. Now on the it could be good, it could be bad side, this does not suffer from the same problems that Iron Man 360 PS3 does. It uses the same lame looking cutscenes, which feature the same lame voiceovers, but we can put that aside right now, because obviously this thing is terrible at telling the story of the movie. It completely goes on its own track. If you haven't seen the movie, this will make little to no sense to you. You won't know the characters. However, on the Wii, PS2, PSP side, the gameplay is completely different. You have your different levels, although they are, since they're using the same cutscenes, they are somewhat different in terms of what you'll be seeing and what you'll be doing. The problem is here that the levels are just horribly generic. Lots of times it's just big old boxes, really plain textures, which look alright on the PSP, but when you put them onto a big screen with your PS2 or Wii, they really look terrible. Whereas the 360 and PS3 got, really crowded with missiles and bad guys and really frustrating and crazy. PSP SKU, PS2, whatever you want to call it, is super simple. You can just steamroll through this thing without any sweat. I played it pretty much all at the laundromat, which, granted, I couldn't take my Wii to the laundromat, but you get the idea. This game is the same thing, so it's kind of short. If you are dead set on getting Iron Man, get one of these. Do not get PS3 or 360, but, it still wasn't this great gaming experience. So let's break it down. Overall, Iron Man the video game, epic fail. PS3, 360, please avoid. I know people like achievements and people like playing things on their PS3. Avoid if you can. PSP, Wii, PS2, not great games, not terrible games. If you desperately need to try to be Iron Man, have at it. that's the video review for Iron Man. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's early to talk about sequels, but if Sega's planning an Iron Man 2, I am available for all mocap work. And until then, you should probably just check out IGN for the full written review. Thanks, guys.